Hello, I am George Mendoza, Superintendent of the Grande School District. During the 23-24 school year, I am pleased to bring to you our Work in Action segments, which highlight construction, academic programs, and learning opportunities for students in our school district. The LeGrand School Board and I welcome you to this week's segment. Hey LeGrand, this is George Mendoza, Superintendent of LeGrand School District. Today I'm with Brett Smith, the principal of Island City Elementary. Wonderful school, wonderful principal. We're going to learn a little bit about the house system. When you think of Harry Potter or Hogwarts, the house system is a reflection of what Hogwarts does with different classes that they have or different teams that they offer. So Brett, why don't you tell us about the house system and how it works?
Yeah, so we have, about 300 kids here at Island City Elementary, and, when I got here 4 years ago, the school had started to experiment with the idea of, what if we created a second homeroom or an advisory type thing where we had kids in houses and they had, team building activities and learn leadership skills and things like that. We dove into it and, divided our kids up, K-5, into houses. And so we have 12 houses. All of them have worked on creating a name and a flag and a motto and values that they're about in their house. Motto of, giving your best effort or going and being great, or kindness, or being together, or sticking up for one another. Within that house, we've held elections for president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. And really the goal is to help our older kids have leadership experiences and provide some guidance on what it is to be an Island City Ram.
And then what do you do with the president and the vice president, and how do they lead? What do you expect of them?
As far as the leadership goes, every Thursday or Friday, we have the presidents or the vice presidents come and work on the lesson for Monday, right? And so myself, Margaret Spence, Brandy Canfield, Nisha Turner will meet with the house presidents and sit down and be like, okay, here's the lesson plan. We're working on, for example, growth mindset this month. Within that, we have some school traits that we help them teach and work on in those house meetings, like growth mindset, integrity, right, kindness, things like that. And so a lot of the lessons that they have during those meetings are around those type of values. So we'll watch usually a short clip, like about a 1 or 2 minute clip on whatever the topic is, and then we'll have some discussion questions. We'll have the fifth graders practice with us, leading a discussion with a bunch of kindergarten through fourth graders. Really over the course of the year, it started as teachers having to lead those meetings, and we've been bringing along our leaders, and here at the end, a lot of the houses are very independent.
What is the RAM?
So what the acronym is respect everyone, act safely, make responsible choices. Our staff members have RAM tickets, and when they see a kid being safe, respectful, or responsible, right, they mark it, they give it to that student, they give them a direct compliment, like, hey, I really appreciate how you're standing safely in line right now. And then those students can then turn those in for points, and it helps their house in the monthly competitions that we're doing. And so each week in their house meeting, they draw some of those RAM tickets and there's prizes, and everybody applauds. And so it builds this good synergy on, what we're focused on here, which is, creating a really good school culture so kids can learn.
This is George Mendoza, Superintendent of the Grande School District, with Brett Smith, with Harper, with Kinsley, and with Brooke. Why don't you tell us your favorite thing about being a president for the house that you represent?
It's really fun to be able to lead a house group and push them to try harder and get as many RAM tickets and stuff.
I want to be a teacher when I grow up, and I really love this experience that I get right now just with the other little kids and stuff.
What would you say for anyone that wants to be president? What are the values they should have, or what are the skills that they should have to be a good president?
I think they need to be patient, because sometimes it's a lot of work keeping track of all the kids, but they also need to be a good leader, and they need to try hard, and they need to be willing to keep trying.
Tell me about the relationships that you build with younger students. What does that mean to you?
I feel like when I'm walking, if I see them like out in public, they always are like, "Hey, Harper, how are you?" And it's really nice to just like have someone recognize me.
I like getting to like see them because sometimes we're out there at recess with them and then they're all wanting to play with me, and then I think it's fun for them to recognize someone older and they like look up to us.
But what is the toughest part of the job, and then what is the coolest or the funnest part of the job?
Funnest part, I'm like a bossy person, so I kind of like to have leadership and be able to like tell them, okay, now go do this and do that.
I think the toughest part for me is probably, since it's a mix, it's like the older kids will be responsible and then the little kids are like wild, but you just have to get used to that.
And so it's fun to become and make new friends with other kids, younger or older than you.
I'd say we're seeing the fruit of it now at this point in the year. I really enjoy watching kids walk down the hallway and fifth graders high five a kindergartner as they're coming by, or give them a fist bump as they're walking through. You'll see a lot of little kids hugging older kids that they're like, hey, they're in my house, like, this is my house president, or, you know. And so it's I think we're just now starting to really see the benefit of it in year one here.